and welcome to this week's edition of My Sai in 100 Years of Sai. Joining us today is one of the most humble souls I know here at Hillside. She has been blessed to walk the path of Swami's teachings, which deeply shaped her outlook of life. Her journey towards Sai started in 1999 when she moved into this area. She has been an active devotee ever since. She was blessed to serve as our devotional convener in 2018. And this is where her spiritual sadhanas deepened. And that is what inspired her to live with compassion and value service as worship. Please join me as I welcome Sr Pamela Pithamber, better known to me as Auntie Pam. Aum Sri Ram.
Aum Sri Ram. My humble pranams to my dear Lord Sai.
Thank you so much, Auntie Pam, for joining us today. I'm so excited and really looking forward to going on this journey with you as you share with us your Sai experiences. Can you please tell us, how did your journey to Sai start?
It all happened in the year 1999 when I first started work at Pick n Pay. I saw this amazing young woman that looked so happy and blissful. So she got to talking with me, and apparently she was an ardent devotee of Sai. And every time she spoke about Swami, she would have this big smile and her face would just light up. And then I looked at her and I told her, I want the same bliss that you have in you. And I thought to myself, wow, how do I get this? And in that very same year, I moved to Bank, and guess what? There was a Sai organization that was constructing an ashram like 2 doors away from me. I was like, wow, Sai, you've actually taken a step towards me. This is my calling. And this is where I decided to join the Sai organization.
Oh, wow. So when you were moving here, this ashram was still being constructed?
It was just started. The construction just started. Yeah. And I think Uncle Krish and Brother Sunil and Brother Ashwin and all the devotees, I didn't know them at that point of time. All I could see was the construction of this ashram, and it was like, wow, my dreams or my thoughts were like a reality now.
And did you join, did you start joining when the construction was happening, or afterwards, after?
So afterwards, I didn't know there was so much, because I'm so brand new to the Sai fold. I didn't know there was so much of seva that was going on at the ashram. For me, it was like starting new. It was a new place that I needed to settle in. So it was a time, maybe 1 or 2 years later, that I joined.
Okay, but still, it's right at the inception of this ashram.
Yes.
Lovely. And what inspires you to serve?
So my inspiration, I was born in a very strong and deep Sanatan Dharmic background, where we believed a lot in religious rituals. My family, it was all about prayers, and so I was so involved in all of that, but still coming from a very religious background. I stepped out of that comfort. I got into the Sai fold because of my yearning towards Sai. And for me, looking at my Sai family and the way they served so selflessly, that inspired me, and it motivated me. It's like, I want that same bliss. It just gave me a sense of satisfaction to watch them serve and see what it does for them, and a sense of fulfillment. So yeah, it was a great experience to start, and this is where I am today.
Yeah, I know. And probably ever since you've got involved, you've been serving since. Because I know whenever we in need of anything, and I think sometimes we tend to take a bit of advantage of that because you're right next door. Whenever we have activities, we are constantly asking you to assist us and help us with even a simple thing as a dishcloth. Yeah, so we really appreciate that. And can you share with us a moment where you felt guided by Swami to serve someone in need?
Yes, so when I joined my company again, I actually went to another company, and when I came back, it was, my previous boss asked me to come back to this practice. And I thought about, well, at least I get a chance to go to service on time, and let me join them again. But little did I realize that it was a calling from Swami, that he guided me into this position, into this specific place and time, so that I could help someone in need. And that was a very close friend of mine and a colleague. She was going through a very traumatic time in her life where she lost her dad and she couldn't cope. So this is where I stepped in every single day, having so much of patience, listening to her, see her drop those tears, giving her strength and love, and getting her out of that. I think it was all Swami's doings to put me there for a reason, and I think I've done justice to that. You know,
most definitely.
because that's seva in.
Sometimes in life, like Swami puts certain people into your life for a reason, and to inspire them, help them, motivate them, which I know you do best. Have you ever faced any challenges while serving?
You know, there are challenges sometimes, time constraints, working a little distance away from work, and there are a lot of challenges, but it's all about, you know, if you are driven to serving Swami and the love for Swami and what he's given and generated in your life, you would do anything, make any form of sacrifice to, you know, to get to do his work. So, yeah, coming back to your question, I would say, you know what, it definitely gave me what I deserve in life, and that is having Swami in my life, yes.
Yeah, and I think if Swami knows your intentions, he somehow works a way in your favor, you know?
He does.
So that you are able to do what you want to do.
Yes,
Like,
to overcome challenges,
Yeah.
as difficult as it is, and sometimes having a family and trying to cope with work, family, and everything else. These are just the challenges we just need to overcome, you know, and follow your heart and do what is right.
What you feel is right, yeah, exactly. Can you share with us any life lessons which you have learned from serving?
It was so much so, you know, when I joined, when I became a spiritual convener in 2018, it was a whole new transformation for me. Spiritually, I became more aware, not just practicing, doing rituals and religious prayers. It was a deeper understanding. It was more meditation, following the path of all the spiritual sadhanas. All that deepened for me, because being a spiritual convener, you can't tell your Sai sisters and brothers, you need to do this and you need to do that, because me myself, I need to practice it. So this is where it intensified for me. I practiced all my sadhanas. At one stage, I was like singing, announcing, and you know, saying, like talking and having saying discourses, and I'm like, wow, Swami, are you really challenging me
and
today?
arranging bhajans, outdoor bhajans, as well as part of the duties.
Yes, it was so much. It was a bit overwhelming, but you know what? It was like my calling. I'm like, Swami, you chose me, Swami. For this 2 years, I'm going to dedicate myself 108, you know, %. And yes, and I gave it.
So
my
was
best
that
shot.
the first time which you've
Took on a
taken
position.
on a leadership role?
Yes, a position in the center. It was like, you know, when it comes to every year and someone says, okay, conveners, we need conveners. And I'm like, I thought to myself, this thought came through in my head. It's like, does it take someone from somewhere else to come here and tell us we need to take on positions? And I'm like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And being spiritually, I mean, you don't just serve from ladies. You go, you follow through that.
It's a big
different
task.
positions.
Devotionally
Yes,
is a
I
pretty
didn't
big
realize
task.
it.
Yeah.
And you know, today, as I was looking at the files and everything, and I said, no, I'm going to keep this, because one day I'm going to come back to this.
Yeah, most
and
definitely.
I kept my files from 2019, all my preparations and my discourses and people that I used to get to interview. It was like, wow, you know, like I really enjoyed doing it. And yeah, so that was definitely my sadhanas were intensified, and from then onwards it was not going back.
No
It was
turning back.
No turning back. It was just getting deeper and more into seva. Like with now, it's more into seva, and we do our normal daily 19 spiritual 19. So I don't back down from any opportunity. So at least I try not to.
Amazing. Many times we find ourselves in a situation whereby there's so many activities happening all at the same time, like personally and within the organization. How do you manage to keep a balance between the both?
So I try my best to do the one thing. It's all, as I said, it's all about time management. So if you take care, the Swami says, if you take care of my work, I will take care of yours. So I put that on Swami's feet and say, Swami, you know what, I need, my mom needs this and I need to take care of that. And I make sure before I come home, whatever I need to do for my mom, it's there. Prepare, mom, there's your tea, and then I come to service. But service, coming to ashram, is something that I really, really look forward to. This is my peace, my peace zone, my comfort. This is my time out kind of place where it's just me and my Sai. That's what gives me fulfillment. Yeah, and that's how I manage my time.
So it must be like a bit difficult having to see to mom. What's mom's age?
She's 74.
74. Yeah, so it can be challenging at times where we have so many tasks to complete and still want to do the things you want to do.
Yes.
Yeah, so
but this is what I want to do, and in order to get this part of this bliss in my life, I've got to take care of that. And so somehow it's all about sacrifice, and you manage somehow.
It works out. Yeah, I think Swami makes a way. How has Swami's message of love all, serve all shaped your daily life?
It's created a great impact in my life because I learned to be humble. I learned to treat everyone alike. It's hard to see the divine in everyone, but you know what, we're getting there. And it's important, it's Swami's message, we got to see the divine in everyone, treat everyone alike, irrespective of race, color or creed. Ultimately, it fosters unity and peace amongst everyone.
Most definitely. What is most rewarding about serving for you?
For me, as I said, Swami takes care. If you do Swami's work, he takes care of yours. The most rewarding thing for me is Swami takes care of all my work, whether it's taking care of my mom. If sometimes I have challenges where I have to take care of 2 sick people, I'm like, okay, I need to do this. But Swami takes care of everything. And my mom is 74 years old, and I thank Swami that she is not bedridden, where I have to leave Swami's fold and now come and attend to mom. He helps me get through everything, managing her, seeing to the home, and interacting with my children every single day. Swami has done so much for my children. They've been to Balvikas, they've molded their lives, and every now and again I remind my son, today is Thursday, and everything good happens on a Thursday for you. I remind him, you don't have to go to your lamp and pray physically if you don't have the time. Just 5 minutes of meditation, think about Swami and say, Swami, you've got this under control. And for my daughter, Swami's teachings have been instilled in her, and she practices it. The 5 human values, it's all instilled because of Balvikas. Somehow they have it. They've got a good, strong spiritual foundation with Swami.
Lovely. Yeah, often we find ourselves in a situation like where we have so many, when we get up in the morning, there's so many tasks like for the day, and you just sit and think like, how are you going to do this? Like, how are you going to make it through this day? Because it's really hectic. But at the end of the day, you just sit and wonder like, it went by like nothing, it's only Swami's grace, because he somehow just works it out for you.
Does,
and it just goes by like a breeze, which is the most amazing part of being a part of something like this.
Yes, absolutely.
And how has serving others influenced your own spiritual growth?
By serving others, when you look at others and when you serve others, it's like you take a step back and you reflect on what would the position be? How would you have felt if the roles were reversed? It teaches you humility. It teaches you to remain simple and to appreciate the things that Swami has given in your life. Everything that we take for granted every single day of our lives. But when you're serving that person and when you're looking at that person, it's like, wow, you become so humble. It's Swami, you've given me so much. I need to share this love that I have. I need to reciprocate everything that you've instilled in us. In the 100 years of Sai, he's done so much. He's taught us so much. So when you're serving that person, somehow you become humble and you maintain that humility. because you've got to be so grateful for what you are, where you are at this point in life.
Yeah, and at the same time having your ego controlled, which is the most difficult part.
Yes, detachment
for most
of
us.
ego
Yeah.
is so important. Yes, 100%. And yes, you got to take a step back every now and again and say no, no ego.
Yeah. And have you experienced any leelas while serving or at any point in your life?
So when I went to Prashanti in 2009, we went with a group of people, and personally, I was speaking to Swami, and I said, Swami, it would be so great. It's my first time in Prashanti. I could get to see you every single day. And every single day when we went, Swami was there. Every single day for those 10 days. It was that period of time during September, where Swami comes. There was a special prayer being held. And every single day Swami came, and we were like so fortunate. Sister Losh and Brother Gino, Brother Devan, we all were with that group of people, and we were so fortunate to see Swami every single day. And every time I sat there, my gaze locked. No matter how far away I was, it locked with Swami, and I was like, oh wow, Swami, this is all that I wanted. Just to see you every single day. And it's fulfillment for a lifetime.
Were there any other particular moments where you had with Swami?
With Swami, so one day I was praying, and my son was going through a difficult time in his life, and I was down on praying, and I had Swami's picture, and my son was living in my granny cottage. And I was praying to Swami, and I said, Swami, Yash is going through such a hard time, Swami, and I just leave it to you, because I really don't know how to handle it. I don't have the energy or the strength.
Yeah,
but only
things
you.
In life, it's out of your control.
Yes, yeah. And I said, you take over. And then as I finished my prayer, Swami's picture was there, and there was vibhuti on it. And I was like so excited, and I couldn't believe it. I was like overwhelmed.
This is happening while you're sitting, while
I
you're
was sitting and praying. And I just got up from my prayer, and I'm like, oh my God, this vibhuti. And I'm looking for vibhuti. Maybe it's spilled from somewhere, but no, I'm on the floor. Where will it come from,
Yeah, exactly.
And because I couldn't believe it.
That must have been so overwhelming.
Yeah, it was. And I called Yash. I said, Yash, something's going on here. Look at this. Tell me if this is Swami's vibhuti. He says, Mom, it is Swami's vibhuti.
It has a distinct smell.
Yes.
It's just different from...
And I promise you, there was no vibhuti on the side, nothing on the top that could have fell, but it was on the picture.
How amazing.
So that was proof enough. And then there was another time we were doing a seva here, and it was in your room. We were doing a seva, and there was vibhuti on that specific day. I saw. That was the second time I saw vibhuti on the picture materialized.
Yeah, I think there were two occasions when that happened. One was on Swami's birthday, and one was on Ishwarama Day. Yeah, it was two memorable moments for us here at Hillside.
And it's so exciting
because it's so exciting and so overwhelming, and then you can just cry to your heart's contents because you can't even understand or comprehend how and when and what
it's not like
it's just so amazing.
Confirmation that Swami is here. He's here. He's omnipresent.
He's listening. But when he gives you that reassurance, it's just that's all you need.
Yes.
And lastly, Auntie Pam, how would you describe your Sai in 100 years of Sai?
I believe Swami has dedicated 100 years of selfless sacrifice, of so much of commitment to serving others. I think we must just continue with the core principles of love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. Continue this. Let it be timeless. We got to continue this legacy. After us, it's our young adults. And if they could as well, and they are doing it so lovingly. I'm in so much of awe with our young adults here that every day when I go home, I say to myself, my God, when I look at Prega's message and I look at the time that he's sending this message, and then when I'm looking at in the evening, it's on time, every time, on point, his
he's on the ball
correspondence,
all the time.
His communication, and not just him, all the young adults and the dedication, that inspires me. I am as old as I am. I've got 2 kids, but to see that inspires me. It's like, wow, this legacy is really going to become timeless.
with Swami's grace.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Auntie Pam, for sharing your journey with us today. It was truly inspiring. And as Swami says, hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. And selfless service is not merely an act of charity, but a path to self-realization and God-realization. We have reached the end of this session, but we shall be back next week with another edition of My Sai in 100 Years of Sai. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai Sai Ram.